Hi and welcome back. Today is pear day, only because we need to get something done to these pears before they go completely and totally rotten. It has been a busy day off. My week was fine. Everything was nice and calm. Needed that reset. The week before was absolute chaos. Today was a busy day. I was supposed to have a doctor's appointment this morning that got canceled. I donated blood this morning, so I am a little bit tired, a little bit weary, a little bit drained, and then I had my chiropractor appointment. So lots of things to do today. After that, I came home, took a nap. Now it's almost dinner time, and I'm filming. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you for joining and seeing me in my absolute disaster of a kitchen. It's real, okay? This is a working kitchen. Those channels that have the zero clutter on their counters, zero everything's nice and shiny, either they've never cooked in their life and shouldn't be trusted anyway, or it's a set. This is real life for me. I have a tiny home that is falling apart and a tiny kitchen. From wall to wall is approximately 8 feet by 13 feet. No room for a dining room, no room for really anything, and I want to tear this out and redo the whole thing, but that takes money, and we're not there yet. Thank you for everybody who made suggestions of what to do with these pears. I already have pears preserved from last year, and along with some pie, still some Christmas pie filling, and some regular pears in lemon juice that have been sitting on shelves since last year. Still have them. Haven't gotten to half of them yet. And these were free. So we need to do something with them. Now, there were so many suggestions for Cobbler. I'm going to do Cobbler. But there was a suggestion about ice cream. Now, I'm lactose intolerant and I can't take sugar. The person who is asking for the same thing. So we're going to go ahead and do a lactose-free, sugar-free ice cream and a diabetic-friendly cobbler. So let's get started. It's humid. It's cool at night. It's cool in the morning. It's like 70 degrees. But these storms that are coming up from the Gulf of Mexico are bringing all this moisture. And even though it's not hot outside, it's humid. It's like 98% humidity. Everybody here is dripping. It is a bad hair day, so yeah, sorry. Now the ice cream is the most simplest recipe I found. You can make coconut ice cream with 3 ingredients. You have your coconut milk or coconut cream, either one. You have sugar or some sort of sweetener, and then you have vanilla extract, and that's it. Now, just to let you know that ice cream and coconut milk ice cream or coconut cream ice cream do tend to set up differently. The coconut is going to separate and it's going to form ice crystals whenever it freezes. This is normal, okay? It's because of the fat content. The coconut actually has 3 times the amount of fat that cow's milk does, and it's going to separate. The oils and the cream are going to separate out, and you're going to get your cream, and then you're going to get your ice crystals. That's completely normal. So it's not going to have the mouth feel of a regular ice cream. It's going to be more of a ice milk. If anybody was raised in the 80s or 70s, remembers what ice milk is, it's not necessarily an ice cream. It is, I mean, it has cream in it, but mostly milk, and milk does separate. We have our ingredients. I have chopped up the pears and made it to where that is going to be added into the ice cream. All you need is a blender, unsweetened coconut milk, or unsweetened coconut cream. I made that mistake once of actually just buying coconut cream. It had so much sugar in there, even a non-diabetic would have developed diabetes. It was that bad. See what you can do about getting coconut cream that doesn't have any emulsifiers in it. Now this one has guar gum in it to make it a little bit thicker, but that is okay. We have our spices, the rest of our vanilla extract. I have more in the cupboard that's going to be ready at Christmas. Your sweetener, we're going to be using stevia. And a little bit of pinch of salt. It's all going to go into a blender and then straight into your ice cream maker. Now this is a can opener. It's one of those electric battery operated can openers. Now I got my mom one of these, and whenever I was there last, we tried looking for the one that I got her, and because she didn't know how to do the batteries. There's a latch right here that comes off. You're going to add 2 cans. These are 13.66 fluid ounces each. Two teaspoons of vanilla. One-quarter teaspoon of salt. About a cup of your fruit puree. Like I said, we're using pears this time. It's dripping, so give me a moment. And this is completely 100% optional. A little bit of ground cinnamon, about a half a teaspoon, and then just a pinch or an eighth of a teaspoon of ground cloves, just like a little tap, because these cloves are very powerful. We're going to blend this up. Just to mix it up. You don't have to use the blender. You can use a bowl and a whisk. I just find this easier. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take the blades out. And then I'm going to add the sweetener. Now the sweetener is to your taste. You can use monk fruit. You can use a combination if you're used to like the monk fruit ethanol combo or the stevia ethanol combo. You can do that. I just don't like ethanol because it does funny things to my stomach. And they'll always taste. Okay, always taste. You want it just a little bit sweeter than you're kind of used to, because in the freezing process, it's going to change the sweet taste of the sweetness. Okay, and that was about a half a teaspoon. Now with your cleaned ice cream machine, we're going to go ahead and put everything together per manufacturer specifications. Okay, you got this in here. You're going to put this all the way up to the fill line, because this is going to expand. It will overfill if you have it too full. Now, we are going to go ahead and put this on high, because that is how to hard freeze it. We can put it on soft serve and then put the rest into the freezer. It's up to you. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and leave this on soft serve and then put it in the freezer for later. Turn this on. It'll take about an hour for this to happen. I'm going to put the lid on it and we will be back in about an hour. Okay, so now that it is nice and frozen, see how we have a soft serve here? We're going to go ahead and transfer that into a container. I have these ice cream containers for the freezer. You could also put it in a 9x9 dish to put in the freezer to be able to solidify the rest of the way. Right now it's sitting at soft serve. And we can go ahead and get this to where it is more solid. This is more of a milkshake consistency right now. And we want it this a little bit more solid. We're going to go ahead and dump this, the rest of this into here, and then freeze overnight. And with the magic of YouTube, we'll be back. Alright, so here we are the next day, and I did put this in the freezer overnight. Like I said, it's rock hard. You kind of want to let this sit out for a little bit before you start scooping it, or else you're going to break your scooper. Okay, so ice cream's done. It's the next day, obviously. And we're gonna go ahead and make the cobbler. This is for 1 serving. I'm gonna be using real sugar for this. You can use your sugar substitutes. Completely up to you. But I am going to be using my almond flour blend in the lieu of regular flour. You can use regular flour if you wish, or any gluten-free substitutes that have a 1-to-1 ratio. So in a bowl, we're going to go ahead and get the filling done first. We're going to add 4 cups of fruit. Okay, and I pre-measured these while I was chopping them up. I did put a little bit of lemon juice in here to get it to where it wouldn't oxidize so much. But it looks like it did turn a little bit brown. And it's going to ask for 3/4 cup of sugar. Now, I cannot find my half cup. I have no idea where I put it. So we're going to use the 1/4 cup. because we're using pears, we are gonna do something a little bit different. So that's 1, 2, 3, 1/4 cup. To give it a richer flavor, I'm going to use about a tablespoon of molasses. And about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And that is it for the filling. We're going to go ahead and let this set aside. One cup of your flour. One cup of sugar. 2 teaspoons of baking powder. I reuse my jars. I have this in bulk, and I just reuse my small jars. So about 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Another 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Gonna kind of stir it all together, because these are the dry ingredients. And then you're going to use milk. 3/4 cup of milk. Now, because the almond is a little bit more porous, I may need to use a little bit more. So 1, 2, 3. Stir, 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 and then let that sit for a little bit. And that's about the same consistency as that you want. You kind of want to make it a little bit liquidy. This is not cake batter. This is something different. Now, if you want, you can go ahead and use a little bit of ground cinnamon in the batter. I'm going to go ahead and do that, but you can also put this on top. Now here's where everything gets put together. You're going to take 6 tablespoons of butter, 1 tablespoon each, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So almost the entire stick. You're going to leave a little bit. And you're going to go ahead and place in strategic places on the bottom of the pan. Now that we have the butter supposed to be laying down on the bottom of the pan, you want to add your batter over the butter. And make sure it hits all that. You don't have to grease the bottom of this one because you have enough butter on the bottom to where it's going to spread. Okay, after that is all nice and spread on there, let's go ahead and put on the fruit topping. Now, you're not going to mix this. You're just putting this on the top. So no spreading it around, no mixing it, no touchy. That's it. Maybe a little cinnamon on top. But no touch. And this goes into a 350 Fahrenheit oven or a moderate oven for approximately 40 minutes. You do want to keep an eye on it, so after about 25-30 minutes, take a look at it, see how it's doing. Give it a couple more minutes after that. So it depends on how fast your oven is, but definitely no more than 40 minutes. Let's go ahead and plate. This is piping hot, straight out of the oven. Because it's after 9 o'clock at night. I don't want to go to bed. Now, like I said, ice cream is rock hard, but it does come off in chunks. If you let it sit out for a minute. I actually quite enjoyed that. Thank you for all the suggestions. There are plenty of pears left over for me to be able to do other things with this. Right now they're all stuck in the freezer. Next time I get another big batch of anything, I'll ask again. Like I said, I quite enjoyed doing this video for you. Thank you for joining. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.